Welcome back to In History. Today, we're diving into the dark side of history as we count down the top 10 most brutal leaders from the ancient world. These rulers left a legacy of terror and destruction that still echoes through the ages. From the savannas of Africa to the vast steppes of Asia, these leaders wielded power with ruthless efficiency. Let's get started. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Shaka Zulu, the legendary founder of the Zulu kingdom. Shaka reigned from 1816 until his assassination in 1828. During his reign, Shaka transformed the Zulu tribe into a formidable military power in southern Africa. Known for his military innovations, such as the shorter stabbing spear, Iklua, and the bullhorn formation, Shaka's tactics revolutionized warfare in the region. But Shaka was also notorious for his extreme brutality. He enforced strict discipline among his warriors, punishing even minor infractions with death. After his mother's death, he ordered a mourning period during which any form of happiness, including marriage and the consumption of milk, was banned. Thousands were executed for not mourning adequately. Shaka's reign was as innovative as it was brutal. At number 9, we have Emperor Diocletian, who ruled the Roman Empire from 284 to 305 CE. Diocletian is often remembered for stabilizing the empire and instituting widespread reforms, but his legacy is also marred by his brutal persecution of Christians. Diocletian's reign saw the Great Persecution, the empire's last and most severe persecution of Christians. Thousands were tortured and executed in gruesome ways, including being burned alive, crucified, or thrown to wild beasts. Diocletian aimed to eradicate Christianity, viewing it as a threat to Roman unity. His brutal crackdown left an indelible mark on early Christian history. Coming in at number 8 is Cambyses II, the Persian emperor who reigned from 530 to 522 BCE. The son of Cyrus the Great, Cambyses expanded the Persian Empire by conquering Egypt, but his reign is infamous for its cruelty. Cambyses's brutality was most evident during his conquest of Egypt. After defeating the Egyptians, he reportedly desecrated their religious symbols, killing the sacred Apis bull in a sacrilegious act that shocked the Egyptian populace. His erratic behavior and violent tendencies made him a feared and hated ruler. Some accounts even suggest that Cambyses was mentally unstable, further fueling his brutal actions. At number 7, we have Ashurbanipal, the last great king of the Neo-Assyrian Empire, ruling from 668 to 627 BCE. Known as a scholar and a warrior, Ashurbanipal expanded the empire to its greatest extent, but his reign was also marked by extreme brutality. Ashurbanipal was notorious for his cruel treatment of conquered peoples. He took pleasure in documenting his brutality, including flaying enemies alive and displaying their skins as warnings. One of his most famous inscriptions boasts of how he tortured and executed the Elamite king and his family. His reign exemplifies the harsh and unforgiving nature of Assyrian rule. Number 6 on our list is Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, who reigned from 221 to 210 BCE. Qin Shi Huang is credited with unifying China and laying the foundation for the Qin dynasty, but his reign was also one of the most oppressive in Chinese history. Qin Shi Huang's legacy includes the construction of the Great Wall, but it came at a terrible cost. Hundreds of thousands of laborers died under brutal conditions. He also ordered the burning of books and the burying alive of scholars to suppress dissent. His obsession with immortality led to the construction of a massive tomb guarded by the Terracotta Army, but his quest for eternal life was marked by paranoia and cruelty. At number 5 is Nero, the infamous Roman emperor who ruled from 54 to 68 CE. Nero is often remembered for his artistic ambitions and eccentric behavior, but his reign was also characterized by extreme cruelty. Nero's most notorious act was his brutal persecution of Christians, whom he blamed for the Great Fire of Rome in 64 CE. Christians were tortured, burned alive, and thrown to wild animals in public spectacles. Nero's madness extended to his own family, as he ordered the execution of his mother and wife. His reign ended in chaos, leading to his suicide and a brief period of civil war in Rome. Number 4 on our list is Caligula, one of Rome's most notorious emperors, who reigned from 37 to 41 CE. Caligula's rule was short, but it was marked by bizarre and cruel behavior that has made him a symbol of absolute power gone mad. Caligula's cruelty knew no bounds. He executed senators for sport, forced parents to watch their children's executions, and even declared himself a living god. His bizarre acts included appointing his horse as a consul and ordering his soldiers to collect seashells as war trophies. Caligula's reign was a reign of terror, marked by senseless brutality and megalomania. At number 3 is Attila the Hun, the fearsome leader of the Huns, who terrorized Europe during his reign from 434 to 453 CE. Known as the Scourge of God, Attila's name became synonymous with destruction and fear. Attila's brutal campaigns left a trail of devastation across Europe as he sacked cities, slaughtered inhabitants, and demanded massive tributes from the Roman Empire. His invasions brought the Roman Empire to its knees, and his reputation was so fearsome that many cities surrendered without a fight. Attila's death marked the end of an era, but his legacy of brutality endures. At number 2 is Vlad the Impaler, the ruler of Wallachia from 1448 to 1476-77. Vlad's nickname, Dracula, means son of the dragon, but it is his method of execution that earned him his fearsome reputation. Vlad's preferred method of execution was impalement, a slow and agonizing death where victims were pierced with a stake through their bodies and left to die. He reportedly impaled tens of thousands of people, including entire armies of invading Ottomans. Vlad's cruelty was so extreme that his reputation inspired the legend of Dracula, the vampire lord. His reign was defined by terror, both. And finally, at number 1, we have Genghis Khan, the most feared and brutal leader in ancient history. Born around 1162, Genghis Khan founded the Mongol Empire and reigned from 1206 until his death in 1227. His empire became the largest contiguous empire in history, stretching from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan. Genghis Khan's brutality was legendary. His military campaigns were marked by massive slaughter, with entire populations wiped out if they resisted his rule. Some estimates suggest that his conquests led to the deaths of up to 40 million people, significantly reducing the world's population at the time. His tactics were not just about brute force. They included psychological warfare, such as spreading fear to ensure swift surrenders. Genghis Khan's legacy is a complex one. While he was a brilliant strategist and leader, his methods of maintaining power were incredibly ruthless, earning him the top spot on our list of brutal leaders. Genghis Khan's brutality was legendary. His military campaigns were marked by massive slaughter, with entire populations wiped out if they resisted his rule. Some estimates suggest that his conquests led to the deaths of up to 40 million people, significantly reducing the world's population at the time. His tactics were not just about brute force. They included psychological warfare, such as spreading fear to ensure swift surrenders. Genghis Khan's legacy is a complex one. While he was a brilliant strategist and leader, his methods of maintaining power were incredibly ruthless, earning him the top spot on our list of brutal leaders.